The ATP 500 tournament pits the world's top players, both veteran and upcoming, starting on Monday, 2003. In his second year competing in Dubai, and in an era when he still had not won a Grand Slam, Federer gave a glimpse of the form that would see him become the dominant force in men's tennis. He did not drop a set on his way to the title as number 5 seed, beating Jiri Novak 6-1, 7-6 in the final. All photos AFP 2004. Federer became the first man to ever retain the Dubai title. He beat the likes of Marat Safin and Tommy Robredo on his way to the final. The world number 1 was given a scare in the final as he dropped the first set to Feliciano Lopez but hit back to win 4-6, 6-1, 6-2. 2005. A hat-trick of championships came Federer's way here, though it was not straightforward with 3 of his 5 matches going to 3-setters. He beat Andre Agassi in the semi-finals and then beat his current coach Ivan Lubicic 6-1, 6-7, 6-3 in the final. 2007. After losing the 2006 final to Rafael Nadal, it was back to winning ways for Federer a year later. He beat Novak Djokovic, then an upcoming talent who was number 14 in the world, in the quarterfinals and defeated Mikhail Yuzhny 6-4, 6-3 to claim the trophy. 2012. There was a wait for title number 5 to come the Swiss player's way, but it came in 2012. He did not drop a set all tournament, beating Juan Martin del Potro in the semi-finals and then Andy Murray in the final 7-5, 6-4. 2014. This was the year of the fight back. In the semi-finals he came back from losing the first to Djokovic to prevail, and then in the final he did the same to Tomas Berdych, who had beaten him in the last 4 in 2013, as he was triumphant 3-6, 6-4, 6-3. 2015. Again Federer did not drop a set as he won his 7th and most recent title. Djokovic was his opponent in the final and he proved too good on the night as a 6-3, 7-5 success came his way. Roger Federer, 7-time winner Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships and considered by many as the greatest player of all time, headlines the 2019 event where he kicks off his campaign against Philipp Kohlschreiber. But the Swiss world number 7 will not be the top seed at the ATP 500 event this year, given the presence of world number 6 and Asian number 1 Kei Nishikori of Japan. They are not the only title contenders either. Major winners Marin Cilic, world number 10, and Stan Wawrinka, number 41, informed journeyman Milos Raonic, number 14, and Gael Monfils, number 23, and rising stars Karen Khachanov, number 11, Stefanos Tsitsipas, number 12, and Daniil Medvedev, number 15, will all be vying for the total prize money of $2,736,845, more than $10 million, on offer. Because the competition is expected to be fierce in Dubai, the national attempt to predict the winners, strugglers and surprises of the 2019 tournament. Kei Nishikori has made a good start to the season and the world number 6 is the top seed in Dubai this year. Dean Mutaropoulos, Getty Images champion John Turner, assistant sports editor, Roger Federer. The Swiss superstar makes a welcome return to Dubai after missing last year's tournament. As a record 7-time champion, Federer knows better than anyone what it takes to win this event, and he arrives as fresh as can be, having not played since the Australian Open. Such an absence could lead to doubts over match sharpness, but given his wealth of experience, second seed Federer should have few problems. A first-round match against veteran Philipp Kohlschreiber, against whom Federer holds a 13-0 record, is the ideal opening test to find his fitness. He may be in the twilight of his career, but 37-year-old Federer should still be considered the man to beat in Dubai. Graham Cahill, sports editor, Stefanos Tsitsipas. He had his breakthrough with his run to the Australian Open semi-finals in January, defeating Roger Federer along the way. The Greek player has the power from the back of the court to be a real handful this weekend. If he can get anywhere near the level of performance he produced in Melbourne, he will be hard to stop. He reached the quarterfinals in Dubai 12 months ago and, with more experience under his belt, he is a real contender. Chitrabanu Cataleo, Assistant Sports Editor, Kei Nishikori. After reaching a career-high number 4 in the ATP Tour rankings 4 years ago, the Japanese star struggled with injury and consequently a loss of form. But he began a remarkable comeback in 2018, as a result of which he is today the 6th best player in the world. He has 11-2 win-loss record this year, has one title in the bag already, the Brisbane International, and has reached quarter-finals of the Australian Open and semi-finals at Rotterdam. Consistency is one of the reasons why the 29-year-old is the top seed, and therefore the top contender, in Dubai. Marcos Baghdatis, who reached the Dubai final 3 years ago, has a skill for dragging opponents into grueling slugfests. Francois Nel, Getty Images. Surprise package. JT, Nicolas Basilashvili. Currently boasting a career-high ranking of number 20, Georges Basilashvili, 27, is one of the most exciting players on the ATP Tour. After his best season in 2018, which include his first 2 titles, Basilashvili has yet to hit the same heights this year. A first-round match against 4th seed Karen Khachanov is a tough opener, but the Russian is struggling for form. Get through that and a likely showdown with defending champion Roberto Bautista Agut awaits. By no means an easy draw, but if Basilashvili can harness his attacking instincts and channel his power effectively, he can go far in Dubai. GC, Marcos Baghdatis. The Cypriot may now be outside the top 100, number 124 to be precise, but he can still be an awkward customer on the court. The 33-year-old has a skill for dragging opponents into grueling slugfests, and he has a draw that could allow him the opportunity to cause a surprise or two, with the winner of the match between Marin Cilic and Gael Monfils a possible second-round opponent. It is 3 years ago since he reached the final in Dubai, and while a repeat of that may be a stretch, there is grounds for optimism that he can go deep in the tournament. C-flat, Tomas Berdych. The Czech star, who was once world number 4, has won 13 titles in his career, and reached the Wimbledon final and semi-finals of the other 3 majors, arrives in Dubai ranked 71 in the world. Shows you how precipitous his fall has been. And yet the 33-year-old is on the mend. A title remains elusive this year, but he has a creditable 11-4 win-loss record in 2019, reached the final in Doha, the last 16 at the Australian Open and semi-finals of the Open Sud de France in Montpellier, albeit an ATP 250 event. He does not have an intimidating draw, and, if he reaches the semi-finals, where he could come up against an informed Stefanos Tsitsipas, it will be a good tournament for him. Marin Cilic has not played since his last 16 exit at the Australian Open and, therefore, is unlikely to win in Dubai. Darian Trainer, Getty Images. Disappointment. JT, Borna Coric. The Croatian made a huge impact on his Dubai debut in 2015, reaching the semi-finals with a win over Andy Murray en route. The world number 13 made it to the quarter-finals last year, losing to eventual champion Bautista Agut. However, the 22-year-old 6th seed arrives in Dubai following back-to-back defeats, to Lucas Pouille at the Australian Open and Hugo Humbert in Marseille. Coric faces a tough first-round match against informed Mikhail Kukushkin, and should he progress will likely face 2-time Dubai finalist Tomas Berdych. An early exhibitions. GC, Marin Cilic. The world number 10 has a tough opening round match against Gael Monfils, a player who will be full of confidence after winning in Rotterdam. Cilic has not played since his disappointing last 16 exit at the Australian Open, and given his lack of game time, or form, and the fact he is up against strong opposition means there is a very real proposition of an early departure from proceedings here for the Croatian. C-flat, Karen Khachanov. There is little doubt the Russian is far from being a finished article. He is world number 11, which shows his quality and the progress he has made throughout 2018. But he has been in indifferent form this year, having won 4 and lost 4. Given his ranking, you would expect him to blaze through the draw and reach the semi-finals at the very least. But he has a challenging draw, starting with his first-round match against Nicolas Basilashvili, the impressive Georgian. Updated, February 24, 2019, 2:47 p.m.